good. I think we're a little, needs to come. That the ass needs to drop. There you go. There we go.
Like that?
Yeah. You're like Ice Cube.
No school on Sundays?
In the 6'4" Impala. Because you got a drop top.
How's that?
When you hit the switches, you make the ass drop. That looks good. I think it looks good.
You know, if you wouldn't move the camera in between these things.
We only have one tripod. We do.
It's true.
How much time we go? Oh, man, it's time to go. Big Fitz. And Butch Landry and Dastardly Dave and Brad Guitar Miller all in the house. Got a bunch of water all over the table. Hi, Terry. Hey, did you guys get my email that I sent out? Because we are right smack dab in the middle of our end of summer / Labor Day sale.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason
Day 3 of 5, right in the middle.
Actually, there's going to be 7, really 8, right? Because we're going through Monday.
Okay.
So, so I hope that you guys are getting the emails because there's really cool stuff. Today we have the deal of the day today is this bad dude. And hold on. So this one, there's a short video on it that we did, and this thing is totally excellent. Is Big Jim Fitz here? Is it Jim? It's not Jim, is it? Is it Jim? Yeah, it is Jim. If he's still here, I'm going to call out his nags. His nags has nothing on this. This thing is sweet. Not that the nags isn't sweet, but this is also sweet. Anyway, I'm calling this the Strangleholder because it's kind of like a Birdland, and I want Ted Nugent to play this guitar. Mostly because I can't name anybody else who played a Birdland. Trini Lopez already had his own guitar. Who else? It was made for a guy named someone Bird, right?
Yeah.
Who did he play for? Do you remember?
No, he played for
like Elvis or somebody.
No,
even before.
Yeah, he's like a jazz guy.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
Well, in the Land is somebody else too. It's 2 guys.
Oh. Okay. Well, anyway, so this is not a Birdland.
Don't make me look it up.
And I don't want you to look it up. I stopped caring a little bit ago because this guitar is not a Birdland. This is a really, really cool version that we did. It's semi-hollow body. And man, the burst on this thing is excellent. It's got a Florentine cutaway, 2 humbuckers, set neck. It's all mahogany. It's got a badass maple top. This thing's cool. Somebody said, how come you're outside doing videos in the parking lot?
How come you're in the parking lot?
And I didn't know that they asked, and Chris asked me that, and I'm like, because I want the light to hit it differently than it does inside. So that's what we did. Anyway, this guitar right now, you can buy this guitar. It's on sale for $1,599, which is like the class is $2,500. So you're saving a lot if you just want the guitar. So
yeah, if you didn't want to come and be entertained by Matt and Chris for a week,
you
just wanted the guitar. Didn't really care about the work.
So Fitz says that he did see it and he's having a hard time with it because that semi-hollow body is cool. And it is awesome. Sean Joint is listening because he's driving. Sean, I'm flying away. I'm flying. That's not what Sean Joint said, but it's funny. So he says he has a Les Paul that he needs to sell. He can't buy anything right now, but you're right. That is right. Now, I'm actually surprised that he thought that. I would have never pegged that as like, oh, that guitar is like actually what I really like. I'm just giving him, grief. That Nags is sweet. I know he likes like stuff with Floyd's and stuff like that. So I didn't know that. I didn't know he was into that stuff. So that's cool. All right. Brad Guitar Miller says that it is awesome and he's still paying for his CNC machine. 2 separate things, Brad.
Yeah, priorities.
I mean, come on, man. All right, Chris. So we have been doing a lot of work today.
The CNC should be making you money by now, Brad.
Yeah, Brad. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Guitar Builders React. The year is 1958. Why did they talk like that back then?
I think because they had to talk originally through, and this wasn't in 1958.
Well, yeah, but
they did that. But I think it was because they had to talk through a megaphone, and that voice lent itself to being carried further than talking down here like this.
Okay. So anyway, the year is
Your dog can hear it better, right?
My dog
in
can.
the back.
My dog is so stubborn though that she probably
wouldn't
be
care either way.
She'd be like, I don't, unless there was like like a snack attached.
Do you want a treat?
Yeah, that's a whole different.
Yowza. They said that a lot on Happy Days.
I don't think they said that anywhere other than Happy Days.
Yeah.
Okay. The year is 1958, and the electric guitar market is really starting to take off. And we just got a super chat from somebody. Dastardly Dave says a little something. Thank you so much, Dave. I'm looking forward to seeing you, man. Okay. Year's 1958.
Okay.
The electric guitar market is just starting to really get rolling. I think.
And I think a little thing called rock and roll is starting to really catch on.
That's right. And I don't know who did what first in terms of the year, but Fender had been making the Telecaster since 1952, the Stratocaster since 1954, and some other stuff since 19 something.
Yeah, so they started coming out with a couple of studenty things.
Okay, like Duosonic.
Yeah.
And Gibson kind of late to the game. They did the Les Paul in 1954. I think maybe a little earlier than that. You guys would know.
53, I think.
Okay.
52.
But in 1957, they introduced the gold top with the patent applied for humbucking pickups.
And they finally got the bridge thing figured out.
They got the bridge thing sorted out. That's right. And in 1958, they came out with the Les Paul Standard with the plain maple top. The I'm not gonna say the holy grail of guitars because we're gonna get to that, but the highly coveted and sought after flame maple or fiddleback maple or curly maple or tiger stripe maple or whatever it was wouldn't come out until the next year, 1959. But in 1958, Gibson decided all you need to do this rock and roll thing is a fistful of amphetamines and a guitar made with white limba. Let's call it Karina and let's make them all kinds of crazy shapes. It's war, baby. That's what I
think that was actually what Ted McCarty said.
Oh, I think it was one of the marketing guys, but yeah.
Rallying the troops.
So who do you think came out? Okay, so and what did Fender do that year? Well, that was my thing.
So by 1958. Stratocaster was old news. You need something better than a Stratocaster. You need something better than a Telecaster. We're done casting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's already figured it out. What's everybody now? Master.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently they thought that they wanted to get into the jazz market. So they wanted to do more of a Gibson-y thing, and Gibson wanted to do more of a Fender-y thing, I think.
Okay.
We're missing out on all those big jazz box players.
Okay.
Let's come out with something suited for them, but solely squarely in the Fender camp. Solid body,
I forgot to mention that Gibson had all those hollow body things too.
Yeah.
Not to mention the Les Paul double cutaway was available in 1958 in this solid body, but
that was more of a student thing.
Yeah, I don't think it was supposed to be what it would eventually end up being. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So Fender came out with the Jazzmaster, which, while initially a success, I think just because it was the new thing, it was kind of like, oh, dang it, I forgot. Kind of like the new Marvel movie in its first weekend. And then everybody realizes that's not really what I wanted to see.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, kind of that kind of a thing.
Yeah, we really want Sergeant Rock. Thank you.
Yeah.
DC Comics.
Yeah, Frozen 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Mhm.
Anyway, so the Jazzmaster wasn't a tremendous hit. It was also a whole lot more money than a Stratocaster. I think its Stratocaster in '58 was $279 and Jazzmaster was $349. That's a lot more money. But anyway,
So
it's kind of funny to me that Fender was trying to do Gibson and Gibson was trying to do Fender.
Well, okay, so the what Gibson really, I mean, while I think that the Les Paul double cutaway and the 58 Les Paul plain top and a humongous number of arch top, semi hollow, all the way hollow, this, that, and the other guitars, the production capacity at Gibson had to just be like tremendous in the late 50s.
Yeah.
Now I don't know how many of each of those things they made, but I know that Fender didn't stop making all the stuff they were making,
right,
to focus on the Jazzmaster,
right.
But it seems like the catalog at Gibson was considerably bigger.
Yeah.
Although amps and stuff, that's a thing too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I think if you took, acoustics and hollow bodies and semi-hollow bodies out of the equation, so basically slab body Les Pauls, carved top Les Pauls, and all the new goofy shit they were trying to pass off.
Yeah.
Made of Carina.
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all, point of order, Carina is not really what it's called in real life.
No.
It's
when I talk about Gibson though, I like to use
Gibson
slang.
I think you should.
Really, that's what it is. It's like street slang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the actual name and Carina is actually acceptable now somewhat. But when you buy that lumber, it's white limba. That's what you're buying is actually white limba, and Gibson called it Carina, and they can do whatever they want because they're Gibson. They can call it anything they want.
Yeah, yeah. I think the idea of a proprietary wood that presumably nobody else uses. I don't know how much limba there was being used in things, but yeah, if you have exclusivity on that thing, then yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah,
I mean that was part of the whole deal. If it was like, oh, these cool new guitars in the same old mahogany that we use for everything else, might not have been as cool.
I think that the limba is a neat wood. It takes that honey amber finish really well.
I wonder what they
lots of gold appointments
in 1958.
I might imagine
they
weren't some
as yellow.
Color. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but not as yellow as they became later
on. And white limba, black limba, Carina, any black limba and white limba are the same tree, just different. If it's streaky,
different areas of the tree.
Some of it, one tree could be all white limba, one could be all black limba. It could be half and half, 60-40.
You could cut a board and get black limba and white limba, probably.
Yeah. Now someone's going to go, actually, the way that fine, but really, it's this how clear the wood is. It's a dream to machine. Far easier than maple, and dare I say, maybe a little easier than mahogany. Okay, so who do you think came first? You think the Jazzmaster or the Flying V? What would become the Explorer, and possibly, maybe, who knows if it ever existed, the Moderne?
I think they were probably working on those things simultaneously.
They probably debuted them at the same show. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was how you did stuff back then.
Okay.
You took to the show and all the dealers showed up and you wrote pre-orders for things.
Okay.
I've read stories that when the Fender Mustang came out, they were back ordered 10 months back when they first released them. It was so popular.
Okay. Cool.
But anyway.
Can you imagine seeing any of that stuff? Well, I mean, it's
for the first time at the show.
Even like the Moderne and the Explorer and the V. That's like it's a known thing.
Yeah,
I don't want to say they're tame.
They took those to the show
today, but can you imagine back then? It's a known thing now, but back then, like, zoinks.
Everything was so traditional. Even the Les Paul is fairly traditional in its shape and all of that. And then you end up and not just for like, you know, 3 or 4 years or 5 years,
Mhm.
decades,
Yeah,
centuries.
yeah.
You know,
It's still
guitars looked kind of like guitars,
pretty
like
much like guitars.
right?
All right, we're gonna get to the thing where Chris and I argue about which one is the best one to make in the factory.
Oh, okay.
But I want to take some of your questions. Rick B says another surprise broadcast. Deja says a couple things. Fender gravitated away from the V soft V. I wonder how well set up they were. Jazzmasters can be tough to wrangle, of course. There's some talk between other people. Doug Seidlet says marketing name to invoke uniqueness. That's cool. That well-aged Karina look has allured many folks, offering reissues iconic. That's Deja. Yeah, the white limba is a neat wood, and you guys are going to see more white limba from us, like this week. Okay, so what's our guitar builders react to the Jazzmaster and whatever Gibson was doing in 1958?
I don't know.
Well, tell you what,
I do know.
Let's approach this somewhat differently. Let's not
Okay.
try to argue about which is better.
Okay.
Let's talk about some of the advantages and some of the pitfalls of what those guys were doing in 1958, based on you and I having built
Okay.
literally thousands of guitars
Uh-huh.
since we've been doing this.
Uh-huh.
You know, this is not our first rodeo.
Right.
By the way, how much did you know on your second rodeo? That's a lot of pressure to put on the first. Yeah. But
I might have done worse in my second rodeo. 'Cause
Yeah.
I did pretty well at the first rodeo.
you did pretty good.
Yeah.
So Chris and I have built a lot of instruments. And I think we can speak on this topic very knowledgeably, very, very with a lot of wisdom.
Uh-huh.
So I don't even know. I bet you've built 25 or 30 Jazzmasters alone.
Uh-huh.
Or more.
Mm.
And Lord only knows how many Jazzmaster trems you've set up. I mean, I know that there's
Yeah.
been 2 in the last couple of weeks.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, the Jazzmaster probably has the same advantages and the same disadvantages as the Strat. I think that attaching the jack to the pick guard was a good move.
Yeah, I think so too. There's some things about the Jazzmaster that the Strat didn't have that are pretty cool. Everything's top routed.
Why do you think
Um,
the pickups weren't attached to the pick guard? They were attached on the Strat,
uh-huh.
and then they put everything on the pick guard, and then direct screw the pickups to the.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe as a result of jazz bass, although the jazz bass came out after.
But I mean, the Telly has stuff
Yeah.
that's kind of like that.
Well, the original Telly had one of each. Had one that was
Mhm.
screwed into the
Yeah, that's
body, and the other one hung off a giant metal
dangled
plate.
off the bridge.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
So
say
I don't know why they did that, and then they did the same thing with the Jag.
I'm going to say that given that the Jazzmaster has 4 mounting screws, that they wanted more adjustment ability.
Possibly
that the
it
2
was
screws of a
wider and it
Strat.
was- Leo Fender really got into screws. If you look back,
Okay.
you know, the first Telly pick guard was held on by 5 screws,
Yeah.
and then deemed not enough screws.
Clearly not enough.
Yeah, and they just kept going up, and pretty soon, like on an electric 12 on the
Uh-huh.
upper bout, there's a screw every inch and a half. That pickguard's not going anywhere, Leo.
Mhm.
Don't worry about it, bro. But I
Mhm.
guess things would warp and people would bitch about that stuff, and the answer is more screws.
The plastic that we have now
Mhm.
moves a lot less.
Well, and they used that thin. You know, the original stuff was thin.
was the original Jazzmaster 3-ply?
No. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the original Jazzmaster was aluminum. It
Oh,
was gold
okay.
aluminum.
That's cool.
Yeah, except that scratches away and feels
Mhm.
weird under your fingers.
Mhm.
But did a
Cool.
a decent job. Yeah, and yeah, it was also the first guitar that they made with a rosewood neck, or rosewood fingerboard, I should say.
So the thing about aluminum that I think you'll find here is a little bit of guitar building wisdom. Eddy currents are a thing. Take an aluminum pan and plug your guitar in and play it, and put the pan over the pickups.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wacky stuff that
Yeah.
happens when you do that. Okay, now let's talk about Gibson.
Okay.
1958. There
Okay.
was the Les Paul double cutaway. Terrific design, lousy neck joint.
Uh huh.
there was.
What pickups could you get in that guitar?
I'm gonna say I thought it was just P90.
I think so. Yeah.
Which made the neck joint even more terrible.
I think if you wanted the good pickups, the
Uh-huh.
new pickups,
Yeah.
you had to go with Les Paul Standard or some other.
And
upper
to get the Les
guitar.
Paul Standard, of course, that had binding all over everything. It had for the first time you could see the maple. It was a neat guitar, and I would imagine that somebody at Gibson said, "Let's make something that is a flat top, that's a little more modern looking than the Les Paul double cutaway."
Mhm.
And who did they hire to do that? Was it the same guy who did the Firebird, or was it
I don't know.
like
Some automotive guy
Yeah,
designed all 4 of those. Wackadoo
it was
guitars.
pretty wild.
4.
Rick just sent us a super chat and said, "Just because I miss sanding money." Oh, thank you so much, Rick. That's very kind of you. So I think that here's the problem. And we're going to get to this when we talk about the Hamer Standard versus the Gibson Explorer. But the Explorer, the V, and the Modern, terrible neck joints for those guitars.
Yeah.
Awful neck joints.
Was the Modern bad too?
It was the same mortise and tenon that that they used for everything,
Okay.
and they still do.
Yeah.
I have a hard
It was
time
a little longer.
wrapping my brain around it because I don't do that neck joint on everything. And when we do the Gibson Explorer versus the Hamer Standard, my first thing is going to be the neck joint on the Hamer is superior in every way to the one that's on the Explorer. The neck joints on the Explorer is the Explorer for sure has almost as lousy a neck joint as the SG.
Mm-hmm.
The V and the Modern, if it ever actually existed, were at least deep set things. What say you? Gosh, I lost track of how many Explorers and Vs we built. And I know we built a buttload of Modern.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
I worry about the neck joint on all those guitars. Now, we've never had an issue. Doesn't mean I don't worry about them.
Yeah.
Because they're so short. They're so little. And,
the way that we do ours,
I think the breakaway headstock really helps save the neck joint on those guitars.
It really does.
Yeah. If you're going to build in a breakaway feature, make it the headstock.
Yep.
It's way easier to repair.
Hamer is awesome too. Would an Explorer be better if it was just bolt on? No, I don't think so. I think the tongue that the neck gets bolted to would stick way out there. And
part of the problem with all of that stuff is even the tongue isn't all that strong.
Yeah.
Even if it's really long, versus 3/4 or a full inch of wood, the whole neck pocket, like on a Fender.
That will you grab that Hustler right there, because that has a bolt-on neck. Yeah. And it's got the same style neck that we did on our
so see how far that goes in?
Yeah.
And part of it is because there's no neck pickup. If there was a neck pickup, presumably there would be a tongue under the neck pickup. Yeah. And then But this has the same neck that I used. So Jim, you might remember when did I do it in his workshop where we had our Super Strat, and I put a full 1.5 inch thick neck. And so can you show that? I don't know how people can see it, but see how thick the neck is.
Yeah, and people were like, "That's gonna break right there," and I'm like, "No, it's not, because it's supported by so many other things." And that would be cool with the Floyd. I've got one with the Jazzmaster trim, Jim. If you
put a cover plate on this, why does it not have a cover plate?
Maybe you just spaced it out.
I have a cover plate for it.
Okay.
Maybe I was going to do something special.
Oh yeah, put a little sticker in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was a funny time. I wasn't there, obviously, but to look back, 58 really seemed like in some ways, I think it was almost like the last hurrah for some of those classic shapes.
Yeah.
At least at Gibson, because what would happen in the next few years is you'd see the Les Paul going away. You'd see clearly the Flying V and the Explorer, or the Futura, or what would eventually become the Explorer, wildly unpopular.
Mm-hmm.
The Moderne, so unpopular, no one even can say whether or not they did or didn't actually make one. But yeah, man, it was.
Yeah, and I wonder if Gibson didn't go, that didn't work. Let's go back to what we know.
I don't think they did. I think they said, that didn't work. Let's scrap everything and double down on the oddness and make the SG, which I think is a cool guitar.
Yeah, I think they obviously did well with some guitars. The Les Paul Standard wasn't one of them,
and the Flying V wasn't. Yeah,
they would have gone under if they'd done poorly with every single thing across the board.
I guess that's true, unless they just had enough flow to weather the storm. But
they
had acoustics,
they had acoustics and semi hollows and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think things moved a little slower back then.
Yeah, people
weren't as ready for change, although it seems funny saying that now. But I don't think people talked about the year of their guitar back then. It was just a guitar.
Mine is it's a brand new Gibson.
Yeah.
Brand new Fender.
56.
Yeah. Well, so what do you think? What do you think about guitar buyers today? Now, this is outside of our wheelhouse because we are guitar builders reacting.
Mm-hmm.
We are not guitar marketing department reacting. But what do you think people are looking for today? What do you guys think people are looking for today? Besides to be, mean on the internet in the comment section. Not you guys. You guys are totally cool. It's all the other people who say mean stuff on the internet.
I don't know what people are looking for.
I don't know either.
In some ways they want all the vintage features of the vintage guitars, except for
until they don't.
This, and this.
Yeah.
Jumbo stainless steel frets with six bolt tremolo, 6-screw tremolo with a humbucker.
Fitz says he didn't even know what he wants. He's got such crazy taste. Yeah, and maybe you don't even know you want it until you see something, right? I think that's legit. So anyhow, well, all right. So, gosh, Fender still makes the Jazzmaster. Gibson still makes the Flying V and the Explorer and the Les Paul, and
they had to start making traditional Les Pauls again at some point, although they did it somewhat reticently.
And they did it wrong.
That's what I mean is,
well,
we'll make them, but they're not going to be popular.
And we're not going to give you what you want.
Yeah, they didn't put what people wanted in them. But, and Fender stopped making the Jazzmaster in 82. So you couldn't get one until the early 90s from Japan.
Okay.
They started making them in the U.S. again in 2001.
That's funny. I would have thought they had them like well before that.
No, because they were, they went through that whole big sale and all of that other stuff, and really nobody wanted any of that other junk. You could buy that stuff for pennies. So they just did Strats and Tellys and stuff like that while they reorganized and let Fender Japan take care of all that. All that wackadoo stuff. So,
as you know, if I ran Gibson, one, you should all be very thankful that I don't. Two, there would be 3 guitars. The Les Paul Standard, the SG, and I don't know which one, and then maybe the 335. Everything else in the catalog would be an Epiphone. Every single thing. And all the real big boy Gibsons would cost a lot of money. I would put Gibson out of business. It's a good thing I don't. I would be a terrible CEO. So, it looks like we're getting some pushback on the whole ultra modern headless stuff. Looks and feels weird. That's what Fitz said. It is weird. And I've owned a couple headless things.
I think the only reason for that is to just be different.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole other set of issues that comes with headless
all this
guitars.
kooky hardware. And,
Yeah. You got.
And is it any good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the hardware. Yeah,
that's the big thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, you know, the one traditional feature is probably tuners out here, 6 strings and tuners out here. That's what I demand from my guitars.
Or was it the Kramer Duke that had tuners, but they were on the body? It was a headless thing, and it was a way to, well, let's make something that's headless, easy hardware, and they just put tuners on. And the BC Rich bitch had that too.
Yeah,
course, but, and I don't know which came first. Probably the BC Rich. Okay. So anyway, gang, I think that should wrap it up for today. This video was supposed to be 23 minutes and 15 seconds, and we went a full half hour.
All right.
So
15.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just making it up. So
we'll set a timer next time.
Okay, so if that guitar is still available, the strangle holder, if it's still available, you can buy it now. It's a really good deal, $15.99. Doesn't matter what else you have to buy or pay off, just buy that. It's cool.
Yeah.
And somebody was talking about, hey, I want a left-handed guitar. Can I assume that there will be no left-handed guitars in the sale? And I'm like, you know what? Let's put a lefty in there. So there will be a left-handed guitar in the sale. I don't know when we're going to announce it, but I bet you that guy will probably buy that one right away.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Yeah. Okay.
100%. Yeah. Apparently he's a follower because he knew about the last left-handed guitar that we had for sale.
Maybe he just likes white
super strats. That's maybe that's the color that they all come in. Maybe that's the whole reason that guitar was so unpopular, was that we painted it white.
You know what? We could put a Floyd on that. We could make that a super Challenger. We could do it if you wanted. I mean, I don't know. Stand and deliver, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Put your money where your mouth is. Okay. All right, gang. We will talk to you soon and tomorrow for some kind of live stream, right?
Yep.
The regular Thursday one.
Yeah, regular Thursday at 5 our time.
All right, gang. We'll see you then. Have a good night.